Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pradyumna Prabhu. So it is what you mentioned is that we discussed this point that the quest for absolute truth, supreme absolute truth, Krishna, is an daily process where we have to surrender to Krishna daily, and daily we have to take decisions. It's not that you join one organization now and you're done. You are sorted now. You'll go back to Godhead, give us some money or do some service, and we are done. Yeah? That is how religion is sold. Either you become Christian, we are going to heaven, follow, accept Jesus Christ, go to heaven. And then that's why, see, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this point is mentioned. And also for many of you who will be moving to the intermediate level, you will understand this from the Nectar of Instruction, I think first verse. The tutors may correct me, where they say that it's an elephant. Yeah, it's elephant bathing, where elephant is bathing in the water and he comes out of the river and then he again gets soiled in the sand. So what are the use of the bathing? So just like you go and say, confess, I've committed sin, and you go and commit again. Yeah, it's religion. Similarly, of course, there's just nothing wrong with it. It is a very good thing. But that doesn't mean that you keep repeating this again. Same thing we go to and take such nice, we had Mahakumbh in India. Wonderful. So Christians doing it, we're also Hindus doing the same. We go and take a dip and purify ourselves, which is great. It happens. But again, we are not mending our ways. The same deceit, same not able to see our own faults, seeing everybody else's faults, same greed, nothing goes, and we're doing the same thing again and again. Yeah. So what is the use of it? So it has to be everyday process. Yeah. I'll tell you another example of it. I'm not saying you should do it. Please, I'll tell you. We as a choice, for those who are in the beginners, please turn on your camera, please. It's very important to switch on the cameras. Thank you. Um, by choice, we do not enter into any game of chance. So if they say you enter into a draw to win a prize, see, I don't do it. It's my choice. I'm not saying you should not do it. It's just me. It's a game of chance on it. Now you may say it is okay, why it is not wrong, it is right. No problem. I'm not asking anybody to change anything. I'm just telling you this point. But it's a decision we have to take every day. Do you understand this? It's not once done, it is we are done sorted. Many moons ago, of course, when I was doing job here in New Zealand, and we had some days of selling, and we had all those people coming and doing presentations, and we had to sell and get deals and all. And um, some prizes were won, yeah, and they gave me a nice bottle of wine. You see, very expensive wine. Now everybody in the office was after knew he doesn't drink. He's going to. He said, no, no, he's not going to drink. You give us the wine. I said, no, no. So I told everybody, no, no. I want it. I'm going to take this wine bottle. They say, hey, what is this? You're doing wine bottle. I said, yes, I'll take the wine bottle. I took the wine bottle. And once this is over, everything was done. I had one or two, I don't know how many, two wine bottles. I do not know what it was. I had some nice, I didn't care what was the name of it. There was some nice. And once everybody was quietly doing their work and all, I took one of the bottles and sneaked into the washroom in the toilet. Now some of the guys are looking at me all the time. If this guy is going to do something with the wine, he's not giving us, but he's not going to drink. They know he's not going to drink. So they sneak behind me. And I looked and I opened the knob. And I tried to pour the wine bottle in one of the bathroom, sink. They all came behind me. What are you doing? You're mad or something? This wine you're throwing away. No, 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 you cannot do this. This is criminal. You give us the wine bottle. I said, no, 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 I'm not going to give it. She said, you're not going to drink wine. And this is wrong. And all actually they protested. A few of them came to me and they protested. No, no, in good humor as a friend. So I said, no, I'm going to drink it. Okay, I closed the knob. What was remaining? So I'm taking it to my home and I'll drink at home. Said, no, you will not drink. I said, no, I'll drink at home. And then I went out and very quietly, I very nicely went somewhere in the reserve and I prayed. I said, I'm very sorry. And there was open gutter. I put in the gutter. I said, all the fishes and all will be getting drunk. What do I do? There is not much of an option for me. And I took the wine out. And next day they told me, you threw that wine, isn't it? I said, no, 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 I didn't throw the wine. I utilized it myself. I said, no way, no, you will not. You threw the wine away. It was a decision, you see. Now, where is it that it says that you come and join an organization and you go back to God? It was a decision I had to take, correct? Similarly, by chance, if you win something, if you are into I'm telling you this, I have experienced that too. If you are involved in a game of chance, okay, you take a dip, lucky draw, name is there, and then you take and you win something. It certainly immediately you become the owner of that when the name comes. If the name doesn't come, you are not the owner. When the name comes, you are the owner. And then it is very hard to give it back again. You are attached to it. Try doing so. Try doing it. So it was my personal choice to say, no, I don't do game of chance. Thank you. If I earn $1, 1 rupee, I'll I'll buy $1 worth of rice and dal, and I have that. I'm not going to have this game of chance with me, lucky dripping. And people look at me with madness. This guy is mad, absolutely mad. And I say, yes, I'm a mad person. Don't worry about me. Don't follow me. I'm nobody. Good night and good luck. But it has made me helpful. So this is a decision. You see, but this is because it is a quest for us for searching after the supreme absolute truth. Understand, Pradima Prabhuji? You got this point, right? If it was a religion, so I joined an organization and I'm now saved. So I will think, what should I do? I'll go and ask 5 people, 5 devotees, what should I do? I won this. Why should I do now? Should I got a wine bottle, or this? Should I sell it and get the money, utilize the money? I'll give some money to Krishna. No, it is not needed. You see, this is the point. I just wanted to put into perspective. All of you have to be doing the same thing. It's an everyday decision making. Wonderful. Anybody else, please? What did you pick up from the 2 weeks program?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji,
Yes.
for the classes. Thank you, Krishna Samarpan, Krishna Prabhu, Vanaparanna Devi Dasi Mataji, and Pradyum Prabhu for the realization. Prabhuji, the thing I pick up is continuation of what Pradyum Prabhu said. The spiritual master can just impart knowledge, and we have to take our own guarantee by following Krishna's instruction. That is to render service unto him, to love him, to do devotional service. But the thing is that we fear. That's why we accept a religion, because we are fearful. We can't take our own guarantee. That's why we need others. Okay, I will join this and I'll be happy. Please take my guarantee. But the thing we learn is that we should take our own guarantee. We should trust the process and do not fear. If Krishna has written, give up all religion and just do a devotional service unto me, then why we should fear? We should not fear and we should follow that. That is the thing I believe.
Very good, very good. All of you beginners and devotees are very good, man. You're learning very, very fast. Very nice. You will be preachers now, very fast. Wonderful. All the best. All the best. More, 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 more. Very, very nice. We want everybody to be intelligently thoughtful. Prabhupada said this. Why are you not intelligently thoughtful? You see, I narrate one incident to you people. as I remember this. What had happened was, many moons ago, this was that there was a controversy in one of the temple areas, so where the head was not doing things correctly. He was having a nice cushy number, Everybody else was working very hard, austerity. This guy had very nice things, So Prabhupada had heard this. Prabhupada went, So that it was a building at the time, Money was scarce. Now there's a lot of money, but money was very scarce at the time. So Prabhupada had known even beforehand. He knew about this, So he said, I want to see all the rooms. Open the rooms, please. So this room, that room. And one room was locked by purpose. Prabhupada saw everything and said, okay, now open this room. So the head said, no, it's okay, Prabhupada. I said, no, open this room now. And they opened it. It was plush bedroom for this guy. Having nice facilities. If it is whatever wife or it was there, It is a girlfriend or wife, probably, whatever it is. So I was caught out doing wrong things. So Srila Prabhupada took a class there downstairs, and Prabhupada asked them, it's all of your fault. When bhakti does not mean you close your eyes and you are foolishly not understanding things. You knew this is going wrong, right? Prabhupada said. All of you knew. They all said yes. There were hundreds of them. So why didn't you object or raise your voice? That is when the term came of intelligently thoughtful. So and you will be able to be thoughtful if you are independent. Devotees relationship is very important. Without association, we can never progress. This is very important. So that is the reason why it is very important that we study the Shastras, scriptures, with the intention of how the Acharyas have taught us. And we utilize it in the correct way. We should not speculate things. As individual new people, we cannot understand many things. For examples, we can see, say, why did you stop this thing? Why did you keeping quiet is what? To be aligning and say you're being a devotee? This is not right. You understand, Anjali Mataji? Understand this point?
Yes,
All
Hare
of you,
Krishna, yes,
yeah. At the very first stage, I want you to be very, very careful about this. Nobody should fool you. Money, non-money, doing work, service, this, that. We are not interested in this. We know, we as tutors know when somebody asking a question, what is the reason behind it? How long it is going to last? What are the intentions? We know this person will take us. Because everybody is coming to us with some reason, no? I want to gain something from you. What are we gaining from you? You tell me. What are we gaining from you, all of you? What are we gaining? No, we are gaining something. We are getting association. Don't get me wrong. We're getting an engagement. I'm asking to everybody. But technically speaking, you judge us. All of you judge us, correct? Is speaking correctly or not? Is truthful or not? Is showing scripture or not? What are intentions? So we should not think like this about you. What is your intention? Why did you come? Is it fair or not? There's no charge here. There's nothing here. You see? So these things, when you will understand that we understand this person is come with a reason, but let it go. Let us make them devotees. We are serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are nobody. Then you are progressing. Once you attain this is nectar. And I can tell you, general people will never understand you. Why general people? Even amongst your devotee circle, they don't understand you. Because they are all in this system of, all you do bathing, give us money, and you can do bathing abhishek. You stand in the line, take a ticket, do abhishek, take the money. Here's some prasad. There, done. Give some money. These are all processes going on. You say, why are you doing this, man? You cannot do it at home. Yeah. What is the difficulty in making your home into a temple? What is the difficulty? Is there difficulty in any way, shape, and form? Yeah. But of course, you can go to temple. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. We go. But what I'm saying is, at any point in time, you understand we are in a quest to search for Krishna. Every word of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Puran, even Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita talks about individuals' search for the supreme absolute truth. You search out a spiritual master, it is mentioned. Correct? No, somebody says, I'm a spiritual master, or you go and fall down and you say, what? How do you become a spiritual master? It's the first question, right? What is your qualification? Yeah, these things are very important. If you go and study in some college, you'll find out about the college, right? How good the college is, how bad the college is, why is it good, why the training is like this, why not like that. Simple things. And everything is given here. This is the magic of Srila Prabhupada. And this I'm not saying it. I was very surprised by hearing this from the regular devotees saying this, Wonderful. And they were so pleased. You're doing it. Wow, wonderful. Some more, some more. Aniyor. Give me more, give me more.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for taking the classes. Thank you so much Mataji and Krishna Samarpan Prabhu. The last class, that class, there was this question before jumping onto the answer. We discussed about what religion is. Is it the faith which keeps on changing based on the expectations and needs, or the thing which stayed with me for a very long time was the question was the statement of Bhagavatam that God and absolute truth are not same. Till that time, for me, Krishna was God, and if God and absolute truth are not same, then who is or what is the absolute truth? So, as what I learned from my very little knowledge was God generally refers to the controller, but the absolute truth is beyond just being a controller. He is the source of everything. So Krishna, by the pastime of Bhagavatam, what is mentioned in Bhagavatam, that when Krishna says, I'm Nishkinchana, and Rukmini Mata says that, yes, you have nothing because everything is within you. You are Nishkinchana, but everything is source. You are source
Very
of
good.
everything.
Remember the word
So that was
Nishkinchana.
the
Very
point.
good. Very good.
Yes. So if we think about what is the definition of religion nowadays, people are like, as everyone mentioned, that they are keep on selling religion, that come and take this mantra and you'll be saved, you'll go to the heaven. So it's not that, it is an individual search. And if it is individual search, why we need the guidance of guru and association of people around us? So as everyone already mentioned, that association and guru can only provide you the guidance, but as you say always, that you have to flap your wings alone. The personal inquiry and personal interest to know who's the absolute truth is what the answer of question was. That's all what I learned. Thank you.
Yes, very good, Mother. You're very clever. You're very clever. Just to one point to be understood, this point, it is very important at the initial stage. But this is a very advanced point, as you are in the beginners program. Just one point is to be done. Remember, don't misunderstand this. Who a guru is needed. He is your life and soul. Guru is your life and soul. He picks you up from the material world and takes you back to Godhead. Yeah, right. Who is that personality? That is the important person. Association of devotees helps us to be, it's an ABC. A is association, which is helpful for devotional service. Yeah. But again, whose association is very important. And by shiksha, by knowledge, you require guru to get knowledge. Yeah. It is this knowledge which we implement in our life. And under careful consideration and instructions of him, of the guru, we can go back to God. And that's how we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. and we can go back to Godhead with it as per the instructions. You see? So this just point, it'll be more clear as you go. At the very beginning, I want you to be very clear about this. It's not that we don't need, we need. This is a foundation, fundamental. This is what Krishna says, that search out a spiritual master who has seen the absolute truth. Inquire from him submissively, 4:11, and he will show the truth because he has seen the truth. Yeah. So this is how it is, inquiry. But again, people have got different reasons. Oh, he is Guru, so he claims himself to be Guru. How did he become Guru? Who brought you to Krishna consciousness is important, right? Did he come down to search out for you and find out where you stay and make you Krishna conscious? But just because it's some rubber stamp, you're there, okay, give me enough money, I'll take you, and what, you don't even know him. He doesn't even know you. So instructions here, there. So these points are very fine points to be understood very, very, very well. And that presentation was given by the sannyasi, and he said this point, that a person who is searching out the supreme absolute truth, for him, this process of Guru Diksha is not important. It's secondary. Also to gain knowledge. It is byproduct, which is the correct way. Because knowledge is already given. You are on the parampara by knowledge, acceptance of knowledge. There's no need for it. You see? He said this point. But for a person who doesn't think like this, he says, okay, what do I have to go back to Godhead? Oh, join Organised. I'm joined. What else? Give money. Given. Now take initiation. I take initiation. Now, but chant Hare Krishna. I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. And mind is here. Mind is there. Always the same question. I'm not able to concentrate properly. As compared to that, a person who says, I'm searching on my own. Why is my mind not controlling? What should I do to control the mind? Let me concentrate. What are the verses saying? These are the points. These are the very important points. You get this point clear, mother? It will be more clearer as time will go by. This is a bit advanced points, But very nice. We are very hopeful with you. We are very, very hopeful with you. All of you, and all of you all are so clever, Yes. More.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a question. Is it okay?
Haribol, you have a question. But have you heard that lecture, the class?
No, but I just have a random question about manifestation and bhakti yoga.
Okay, just hold off. I want to focus upon what we're discussing on the topic, and then we'll probably see. Please. So I want to divert that point, Everybody's thinking on that, my class. So let us focus upon that for now, That question we can talk in other class, no problem. Please make a note, and you can join. No problem at all. I'll be happy to answer. Yes, even others who are not from the beginners, other level also, please. Any other points?
Hare Krishna Babuji. Thank you, His Grace Ambarisa Prabhu, Her Grace Pragya Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Smarpan Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you to all of you.
Giving that, organizing these all wonderful programs. And I was on and off in that class, but I listened later and made some notes as well.
Oh, very good.
Yes, probably. So thank you very much for that class, probably. And thank you very much for all the devotees for remembering those points and very much sharing their realizations. So thank you, Prabhuji. So yes, we discussed about the religion, Prabhuji, that what religion, how people change their faith, that there is some material motive, sometimes some other hidden agendas they don't find satisfactory in one faith, they change to another one. But that's not real religion. That's faith. They're changing faiths because they're not finding what they are looking for. So, but then, there was a real religion's definition in Srimad Bhagavatam, famous verse in Canto 1, chapter 2, verse 6, that Swayapum Samparo Dharma, that what is religion, and Srila Prabhupada explained that in the Dharma book, So, and then we elaborately discussed that what religion sells, sells God and everything, like every religion sells God, and they make a promise that you join us, you'll go to heaven or Jannat or some other places, But then we discuss, is God and absolute truth, supreme absolute truth is the same? It's not. Srila Prabhupada says in Srimad Bhagavatam's introduction that we read.
First line of introduction,
First line.
Prabhupada clarifies that point. Very first line.
Very first line, yes, very good.
And I can tell you with honesty, most of the devotees do not know this. So, lots of them. I mean, I can't say a percentage. I'm nobody there, but even I do not know. But please not get me wrong. But it's so important. Please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji, you're right, because it's very because we studying in our Bhagavad Gita class also, like chapter 11, where Lord's universal form. There are also these points I can correlate, because Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, we always refer to each other's the different verses, So that we studied that absolute, supreme absolute truth is summum bonum of everything. It includes everything, and God is a controller, So there were three main points that came out, that the conception of God and absolute truth are not the same level, and Srimad Bhagavatam hits on the target that absolute truth is only, and Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't talk about God. The absolute truth is the summum bonum, or everything, that ultimate source of everything, And conception of God indicates the controller, whereas conception of absolute truth is summum bonum of everything. So ultimate source of all energy is Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada mentioned, always say Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. So because Krishna is the summum bonum, everything. And Mataji always gave that example that you gave from Srimad Bhagavatam, the reference, Mother Rukmani, where Krishna explains the Nishkinchana, So it's Nishkinchana because everything is in him. He doesn't have to separately have to own it, because it includes in him. Yes, Prabhuji. So yeah, these are the points that I remember. Thank you.
Jai. In that, it's wonderful, that same discourse between Mother Rukmini and Krishna, we can just read it and say, okay, fine, but they're so nice. He said, only paupers love me. Rich people don't love me. They don't worship me. So why are you worshipping me? They worship you. Rich people worship Lakshmi, Rukmini. They don't worship Krishna, do they? Yeah, Ravana also wanted to do the same thing. Ravana, he worshipped Rukmini, Lakshmi. He wanted to worship Narayan.
Yes,
Oh, he says, I pick up fights with all important people, all kings. And that is true. Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya duskritam. He kills. I come here to kill demons. And all the demons are always rich and powerful. A demon is not some pauper person who has no followers. Then he's not a demon. Nobody will worry about him. They'll give him slap, I'm a demon. Get out of here, But he comes with a big army and is very powerful and all. Then everybody's afraid, oh, the demon. In Kali Yuga, that's what happens. You see?
Yes,
so that's why Krishna says, I come and I pick up fight with all these big people. You see, nobody follows me. How beautiful it is. And she counters every point. It is absolute nectar, Actually, she fainted when she heard all these things. She said, why is he talking like this? And she fainted hearing this. Why did you marry me? So, why did you marry me? And she spoke after they were grandparents. He's saying like this to her, Oh my God, she's saying, oh.
I remember you given the very nice class on that, probably long time ago, on this pastime, Rukmini Devi and.
Yeah, that was her marriage. That was the
No,
marriage.
no, there was a before.
Yeah, Wednesday, I spoke on Wednesday on one point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
one point when is Realisations.
Remember.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, very nice. Please, more. On your my followers are also paupers, he's saying. Like me, they are also paupers. Oh God.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for taking the class. Thank you, Purna Praja Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Sarpan Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, devotees, for your nice realization. Yes, Prabhu, I remember some of the points from the last 2 weeks class. There was one of the point which we discussed, which Sanjeev Prabhu also mentioned about the absolute personality of God and God are same. And we discussed the point, the conception of God and conception of God, conception of absolute truth are not on the same level. And we discussed so many points on this, and I have a lot of questions about the absolute truth. And then the last thing where we mentioned about that absolute personality of Godhead, they are not on the same level. Then we also discussed about search for the absolute, supreme absolute truth. And there Srimad Bhagavatam hits on the target of the absolute truth. There, the one point which I remember the most is bhakti is a dynamic concept. We discussed about dharma, we discussed about faith, and then we discussed about bhakti is a dynamic concept. And we need to flap our wings alone. And there was one of the point on the lastly, which was mentioned by Krishna Prabhu also, that Srila Prabhupada gave this name as Krishna consciousness and not God consciousness. So this where it was where we also discussed about Srila Prabhupada's pastime with Ramanadi. There was one of the devotee who went to Mahakumbh, and there he sat Srila Prabhupada, and there was a pastime that he was uh, he was washing the Prabhupada's feet and drinking that water, that the Ramanadi pastime which you shared on last class. And there we discussed about the confidential verses of Bhagavad Gita, and there was one of the point about devotees never perishes. And this is how bhakti cannot be controlled and faith can be changed. And we discussed the same point in Avinash Prabhuji's class, that if there is a change, that is not bhakti. Devotee, there is a changelessness in devotee. So we discussed the same point on the previous class, that if there is a change, then that is not bhakti. Bhakti cannot be controlled. So yes, and faith is changeable. So these are the points which I can relate from the previous class.
Yeah, very nice. Jai Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Jai. Avinash, all these are pandits. You're making pandits in your institution. Eh? All are pandits. I'll be without job now. We'll be without job now. I have to really go to sannyas. Go to the forest, run away, hide somewhere.
No, we'll not let you go, bro. Sorry.
Jai. Wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Amish. While we are talking, I thought I'll also quickly share about this absolute truth point. So thank you, devotees. Thank you, Her Grace Purnipagna Mataji, little and big, and Grace, Hare Grace, Grace Krishna Prabhu. Yes, thank you, Krishna Prabhu, for being always there. And thank you, devotees. So I agree with you, Prabhu, that absolute truth point is a very controversial point. People don't understand what is absolute truth. And I have been asked, I think, a lot of questions from a lot of people about absolute truth. But Prabhupada has written very clearly in the introduction. So I have referred that sentence to many people, but even referring doesn't help. And then the point which I would like to repeat here is that even absolute truth has a personal form. So absolute truth and Krishna, they are two different identities. absolutely in a different form that still I'm trying to digest that how that works. So I thought I'll quickly share that also. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you Prabhuji for the classes. And thank you Purnapurna Mataji, sir. Thank you Krishna Savanpar, Krishna Prabhu, and
Thank
thank
you to all
you
of you.
devotees who have given wonderful realization. It was a revision for me. Apart from the other points, Prabhuji, one point which we were discussing is the purity, and you have elaborated that how like purity is not like how we perform things, it is in the thought. Purity is in the thought. And then we discussed bhakti leads to bhakti. The end goal of devotional service is devotional service. Then we have the example of blue pill and red pill, which one to choose. And we discussed that devotees, they choose devotional service, not going back to Godhead. And this is an
So we don't buy what they're selling.
yeah.
The Christians say we'll go to heaven. Hare Krishna say we will take you back to Godhead. Krishna said no, we are not interested. We're interested only in bhakti. Tell us that. If they sell this, nobody will come. We will not go. Beginners will not go. Yes, please continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. And the example of Prahlad Maharaj, bhakti leads to bhakti. The example of Prahlad Maharaj in the book, that Prahlad Maharaj said that I don't expect any remuneration for the service, any incentive. And
I'm not doing business with you. That's what he said, When Nrsingadeva told him, what do you want? I'm very happy with you. What do you want? I'll give you. He said, "Hey, I'm not doing business with you, my lord. I don't want anything. How beautiful it is. Yes, please continue. Please continue.
And then we discussed one more point, that the entire Bhagavad Gita is an inspiration to work. That was a very revolutionary statement for me. That I've seen many people that they take one point of Bhagavad Gita and they stick to it. But the entire Bhagavad Gita is not the inspiration to sit idle. You said in the class, it is not the inspiration to just not do anything, inactivity. It is the inspiration to work, and work in a Krishna conscious manner. So, that
Very
was the.
nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm very happy. Today I'm going to be very bloated today. I'll add some 5-10 kilos more in my body, man. So hearing all of you. Hare Krishna. Great stuff. Okay, we've got a few minutes now left. I'll just take one more. If anyone wants to say, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Purnapurna Devdasi and Krishna Srimati Krishna Prabhu for these beautiful classes.
Thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna.
Remember one point that when we discussed that, I don't know if it's from that class, Prabhuji, but I don't know, it was really nice that we take all the decisions for our life. We take the smallest to the biggest decision for our own life. But then why don't we can't take the decision of going back to Godhead? And because this is entirely up to us, as Mataji said, that bhakti leads to bhakti.
Very nice. That's correct.
So, and when we talk about going back to Godhead, we don't even know if, how we are eligible of going back to Godhead, but we can make this material world, our Godhead, as serving our pure devotional service here with our thoughtful mind, that which increase. Like if we keep on praying to Krishna, then definitely the purity comes, and definitely we try to satisfy not our own senses of gratifying. We can gratify Krishna, not our own, with this devotional service. So that's what I remember. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Wonderful. I think with this we should conclude today. If we have to go back to Godhead in this body. So it's not that again, misconception is this, that when we die, at the time we'll remember Krishna, at the time we'll go back to Godhead. Does it make sense? Raise your hand if it makes sense to you. We all were thinking like this. We all are thinking like this. But you raise your hands if this makes sense to you. When I die, then I'll remember Krishna, and then I'll go back to Godhead. Tell me, does it make any sense to you? Or to say, when I'm alive, that's when I'm going to remember Krishna and I see Krishna, I go back to Godhead now. So when I die, it's a natural process. I'm trapped in the body right now, but I'm still in Golok Vrindavan with Krishna. My action should be such, though. It's not that mental speculation. So when we die, we just transfer. Which one would you prefer? Which is correct? Tell me. You want to wait till the time you die? Yeah, you kept it late. You kept it very late. You should do it now. Yeah. Great stuff. Hare Krishna. Thank you. I think with this we must conclude today. We've got a few minutes before we go to the next session. Now there was one question which now this points are discussed now. So there's an out of this point question which was raised by Vanni Mataji there. Hare Krishna. Oh, Tejasri Mataji, you are there? You're not there now.
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, you have to turn on the camera if you want to ask questions, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, yeah. It was about yeah, it was about like I used to pray to the demigod before, like when I was in India. So my material desires used to get fulfilled. So now now it's not that all the time we keep asking Lord to give this or that, but what I feel is that our soul might have desire and might ask for those things from God unconsciously. Also I felt that if we manifest something like okay, I believe you, and I do chanting every day without any material desire, but what about our soul? Our soul might be unconsciously asking for material desire. So is that we call manifestation, or does it still count as a bhakti yoga?
The soul, he's not involved in the material world at all. There's no desire. There's only one desire, is to serve Krishna. That's it. But the soul is trapped in the body, which has got subtle body and gross body.
But even though if, like we do chanting and all, we pray to the God, even the different people from different religions pray to the God, and it's like the same thing. Even though if you do the manifestation, you get a material desire, but you feel
What is
happy.
manifestation? I'm not able to understand this. Manifestation means what? What exactly are you trying to say?
Like you manifesting, I want to do this thing and I would be happy in my life.
You
So
think like that. If you
yeah.
do like this, you'll be happy. Okay.
So even the same, if I do the Krishna Bhakti and I'm happy with that. So is that the same thing? The manifestation and the Bhakti Yoga are the same thing.
No, it's very practical. Like you said, that you started your discussion, your question by saying that when you pray to the demigods, your wishes were fulfilled. You experienced that, correct?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me understand this. So your question is this, that if you pray to Krishna, will your desires be fulfilled or not? Is that a question which you had not asked? But I'm thinking this is a question which you have. Am I right?
No, it's not that my question. Obviously, it's
so this is not a problem.
how
So you know
pray to
Krishna
the
will.
God.
Okay,
It's
so you know that Krishna will satisfy all your desires. You know this, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so that faith you have got.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
all right.
is that I mean to say the manifestation? People do the manifestation. The depend. They sometimes believe in numerology, astrology and everything, like the manifestations and all. So is that the same? Because I feel like they are the similar, even though if you pray to the god or you believe in something or the other, if you believe in demigod, it's the same thing.
You believing demigod as a supreme, you're trying to say, and believing Krishna as a supreme is the same thing.
No. It's okay. I think I know the answer actually. It's
So you
just
know the
that
answer. Oh, that's wonderful. What is the answer then?
I know that Krishna is the supreme, and if you want to get out of that cycle, obviously you have to pray to the Lord Krishna. But yeah, it's about the happiness I'm talking about. Even though if you're doing the same, the
Yeah, I know
praying,
exactly what you're talking about. I just was trying to coming to the conclusion
yeah,
that if you know Krishna is supreme, then worship him.
yeah,
That is, I know a question when you started. We've been doing it for 24 years, Mother. So not to worry. The thing is this, that the soul is trapped in the body. These may be just words right now. It will be difficult to understand, but let it be words only. As information, there's something called information and something called knowledge. And then there's realization. Okay? So let it be just information now. Okay? So the soul is trapped in the body, all living beings, not just human beings, all living beings. The soul has got nothing to do with this material world, but it is still trapped in the material world. Now, the soul, when it comes into the material world, has got one covering, which you are not aware right now, mind, body, intelligence. Based upon this subtle body, we get the gross body of cat, dog, mouse, rich man, poor man, woman, man, all these things. Disease, non-disease, yeah, all this. Long life, less life, human body, demon body, king body, demigod body, all those things, okay? So the first entry of the soul in the material world, it's got subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego, which makes us think. So what is mind? We can't define it. Where is mind? Here. No, this is brain. So we have to spend time on understanding what the mind is. That's what we were teaching in the beginners program. All these people have done that course. Many of them are into beginners and intermediate in between.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. But it is a process there. So then what happens is this, that based upon that, the mind, okay, we get the body. And based upon the body that we are enjoying, suffering, as a cat, we enjoyed, suffered something, we had some greed. As a mouse, we had something. As a dog, we had something. As a human being, we had something, again died, again this. The fact that we're in the material world means we are not yet liberated. We are not gone back to Godhead still. Yeah? So we're still enjoying suffering. So the desires are there with us. And they're unlimited desires. Anytime any desire can pop up from somewhere. There may be one or two desires which are very intense, but desires can pop up anywhere, anytime. That's why we say, no, oh, suddenly I wanted to go out for a lunch. Suddenly I felt like going for a party. People do it. Suddenly is what? Popping up with something. Yeah. So this is how the body reacts with the desires on this. Yeah. But the soul is not involved in these things.
Okay. Yeah.
And everything to do with the body is material. Numerology, astrology, good, bad, happiness, distress, everything to do with body is material. I'm not saying it is good or bad. There is another point. We'll keep that aside. Okay? Bhakti is the soul's job that is done with the Creator. Nothing to do with all these things. So even with the demigod worship, we still do bhakti.
Yeah.
But the demigods are also in the material world. They also have material body.
Okay.
Most of them, if not all, some of them do not have, but most of them have material body. They also die. They're also alive. They're also there. Okay, right. So then they satisfy. They are given responsibilities to satisfy everybody's needs in the material world. Yeah. So some people say, I will do this for you, you give this to me. Okay, done. Business done. Business deal is done. So whatever reasons. So that's also called bhakti. The faith, it's called faith in putting something. And you become very serious about it. It's fine. No problem. The same faith you'll put in Krishna at the right time, but the results will be totally different. Not that you become poor. None of people who are in this program can call themselves poor. I challenge them if they are calling themselves poor. But voluntarily they'll accept poverty. What do you mean by that? That's another point of discussion. That doesn't mean you become poor, you don't eat. No, we eat lavish. We give free food to people, we give free knowledge to people. We don't charge anything. Other people charge for every knowledge, right? We don't do it. Why do we do it? We are not making money. We are not making money of this because we're not turning into business. Do you understand this? People come to us, very rich people, and they ask basic questions about life and death. It's a stupid person. If I had to ask a question to him, he would have said, sure, I'll charge you $200 an hour. But for this, he asked me a question, I had to give it free. I said, what will I charge you? I tell them, what will I charge you? You have no money to give me. You have no money to give me. So keep your money with you, I'll give you knowledge, but on my terms. You see? So this is how nobody can be poor, but at Krishna's bhakti, transfer of the bhakti, yes, but you will see a different result. That process is a process of science of self-realization. And that process will not come easy. You require a good sense of whom to associate with, knowledge reading, and practical application of the knowledge. That's very, very important. You see?
Yes.
Yeah. So is this clear? Is this point what I
Yes.
somewhat answer the question a little bit here, there?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. But remember one thing, numerology helps, astrology also helps. Sometimes it helps. It's better to answer that question. People do that, That's all right. But it's nothing spiritual about it.
Yeah.
But an astrologer can be spiritual. That's another thing altogether.
Okay.
But spiritual means you should know what spiritual things are. But demigod worship, it's not spiritual. Krishna himself says it that demigods, I give them the knowledge by which they can give the blessings. He says it in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 7.
Yeah.
So either you can keep worshipping demigods, which you can, but indirectly you're worshipping Krishna. And he says in the word, there's a word he uses, it's called avidhi purvakam. Vidhi means correct process. Avidhi means not correct process. They will come to me, he says, eventually, ye athamam prapadyante. They will certainly come to me, but the time has not come now. They'll take another birth or few births. Whereas when we become very serious, we don't want to take any other birth. We want to finish it off in this birth itself. But this realization takes time. Is this okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. That's why we wanted to keep this discussion separate after the realizations are over. Yeah. So everybody can understand that and we can understand this also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Wonderful. As I said, if you think over what we discussed, and it's very, very important that this thinking process should not be given. And the sources of knowledge is very important.